I'm Anna Elwell and I work with Anthony Collins Solicitors. One of my areas of work is in relation to claiming benefits for my clients, so I have put together this series of slides to provide a brief guide to the benefits you may be able to claim if you have a disability. Applying for benefits can be daunting, and hopefully the information and links in the slides can help with this. There are many different types of benefits you can claim for different areas of your life, and I have outlined the relevant benefit and application process for each. If you think you can claim a benefit, put an application in. The worst that will happen is that you may find that you are not eligible. There's nothing to lose. The most common benefits you can claim if you have a disability are either PIP or DLA, depending on your age. The amount you may receive varies depending on your needs, but the rates are set out here. If you have any difficulties due to your disabilities, you should apply. The two main telephone numbers to use are listed here. To claim PIP or DLA, you have to complete a long claim form which will ask you a series of questions relating to your disabilities and how they affect your day-to-day life. The forms are categorised in relation to both your care needs and your mobility. These forms are long and they can be daunting, but I would advise that you take some time and make sure it is as detailed as possible. You need to explain the disability itself, and then most importantly, how this disability affects you. Think about what happens if you are not prompted to eat or to take medication or other things. Try to think of your day from start to finish and the help you need to get through. When thinking about aids to help you, remember that all sorts of things count, from walking frames to Velcro fastenings. You should always think about your needs on your worst day as well, rather than your best day. Think about a day when things have been particularly difficult and explain this to DWP. Once you have given this information, you should try to back it up with medical evidence wherever possible, and make sure you attach a copy of that evidence to your application. DWP will want to do a face-to-face assessment as part of the process, and I advise that you use your application form to prompt you during the visit. Make sure you keep a copy of the application for this, and in case DWP loses your original application, which does happen. This slide is an example of an answer in relation to a question on daily activities. This slide is an example of a response to a question in relation to your mobility, which details difficulties with journey planning. You can still receive the mobility element of PIP even if you have no issues walking, but would find it hard to plan and make a journey by yourself safely. I have listed two links here to online guidance which explains the points you can receive for each category for PIP, and also a helpful link to the forms for DLA. You can claim an uplift to your Universal Credit or ESA award if you are unable to work due to your disabilities. Your PIP or DLA answers should help you with any health assessment forms that you need to complete. Remember again that it is important to describe the disability itself and then how it could affect you at work. If you are awarded DLA or PIP, the person who cares for you can sometimes be entitled to a carer's allowance. Information on how to claim this is in the link. However, you should always keep in mind that carer's allowance is classed as an income, and if your carer is on an income-related benefit already, the carer's allowance payment is likely to be deducted from this. Your local authority can help you with extra care or equipment around the home. They can ask social services to help with your care either by providing carers or a payment called direct payments, which you can use to help pay for a carer of your choice. They can also arrange for occupational therapy to assess your home and arrange for adaptations depending on your needs and finances. You should look at your local authority webpage for details of this. If you are awarded the enhanced payment for PIP or DLA, you can apply for a vehicle through the Motability scheme. You can alternatively apply for a wheelchair or scooter through this scheme. Unfortunately though, the Motability scheme can only help with a car or a wheelchair and not both at the same time. The Motability scheme can supply you with a car with or without adaptations. They can also help with driving lessons in an adapted car. The details of the scheme and telephone number are listed in this slide. Your local authority can help with costs of public transport, and most run a scheme where you can apply for a free pass for bus, tram or train. I have attached a link to this slide which gives all the details you need. If you have a disability, you can apply for a blue badge. Even if you are not in receipt of PIP or DLA, you will need to contact your local authority to do this, and there is a link in this slide to the application process. Indoor manual or power wheelchairs can be made available through the NHS. You can start the application process by contacting your GP or health professional. This process can be lengthy and will involve an assessment. Again, you should make clear to the assessor the difficulties that you face with your mobility and back it up with medical evidence wherever you can. This slide gives some information in relation to discounts you may not already know about, which can be applied to some leisure activities. This slide gives some information in relation to discounts you can receive for the costs of running your home and work or equipment you need to pay for in relation to your disabilities. This slide gives information in relation to transport to your place of work and a discount in relation to your television licence if you have issues with your site. That's the end of the information I am going to supply. I hope you have found it helpful. Remember to take your time with the application forms and provide as much detail and medical evidence as you possibly can. This will give you the best chance of being awarded the benefit. Good luck.